We also saw Chicago defeat the Toronto Raptors 109-105. And
Yep.
to me personally, MVP of the game was not even the player in the game. Like DeMar DeRozan's daughter, man. He had a major impact on that game because if the Raptors made their free throws, they could have won this game easily. I have
So
never
many
seen
missed free
so many
throws.
missed free throws
Yeah.
like that in a playoff type game. Listen to this: 18 of 36.
As a
The
team.
Raptors missed as a team. The
As a
Raptors
team.
missed. The Raptors
50%.
missed half of their free throws.
Ah.
And a lot of it, shout out to DeMar's daughter, man. She was doing her thing, man.
Yeah, man. Oh,
Apparently, by the way, they United Airlines was like offer her a ticket to like go to like y'all's game. So I'm excited to talk about that. But anyway, going back to this game, what are your thoughts on what went wrong for the Raptors and what went right for the Bulls?
oh yeah. Obviously, that was a big one. Siakam missed those huge free throws down the line. They could have helped them stay in the game. But I have to give the Bulls credit. They rallied behind Zach LaVine, had a monster second half. He finished over 30 points. But the Raptors just kind of like fizzled. You know, they had the control of the game going into halftime, I want to say, and then they just kind of got hit in the mouth. Like they I don't know. Like they kind of lost focus, made some lapses, and like I said, LaVine just. I'm so happy for Zach LaVine specifically because of just a lot of ups and downs as we've talked about all year with the Bulls, with LaVine, with everything going on in Chicago. But just seeing him again, like healthy and attacking, being aggressive like that shows me like the Zach LaVine that I like have envisioned when he was becoming an all-star and everything. So I'm happy to see that. But this is gonna be an interesting change for the Raptors. They just kind of collapsed in that second half. You have to keep. I don't know. It's like you can't get lax, and especially at this time of the year, you can't relax at any point because these guys are coming. It's not gonna be an easy path. As I saw, I was wrong about this game too, because I think I actually picked the Raptors. I feel like they had the good enough talent, had the long defenders. They pretty much had won the season series with the Bulls, so I was like, okay, yeah, but hey, shout out to the DeRozans, shout out to Zach LaVine, and they got the job done. So
Yeah, good analysis. I agree with everything you said. The Raptors I was wrong as well. I didn't think the Bulls had it, but then Zach LaVine went to another level. DeMar DeRozan started off kind of slow, but he was definitely great down the stretch. So yeah, and the MVP of the game for me again, like DeRozan's daughter, to cause these misses, man, that's honestly where the game was lost for the Raptors. And I agree. Now we have to think about what the offseason looks like for the Raptors. We already heard about these rumors about Nick Nurse, right? What about some of these players? Or do you want to go into like a rebuild mode, like fully focus on the rebuild, maybe trade some players, get some draft picks back in return? Do you have a young player in Scotty Barnes you can kind of help build around? Do you actually want to build around Scotty Barnes? Is he more like a core player and not a franchise player? Like, they have to make these decisions. Like, who do you want to build your team around? What do you want to do? Because they have some good trade assets like Siakam, OG Anunoby, Fred VanVleet. These are good trade assets they can trade to get some really good draft picks back for, depending on what they want to do. And of course, with this change, means a change in coach. So I believe just how this roster is constructed, no matter what coach they get in there, I have doubts on what they can do based on how strong these teams are in the East. Nick Nurse is a good coach. Some stuff showed up yesterday that I'm questioning, like they have that great of a free throw disparity. That says something. You have to kind of reflect something on the coach. I mean, yeah, the players play the game, but the coach does have some impact on that. And again, they had a lead as well. It's not like they were trailing the whole game. The Bulls came back. If you have a double-digit lead as a team, you should be able to hold on to that and run action sets to, keep it going. So
sure.
Yeah, the Raptors they just kind of blew this one. We're not used to seeing that from the Raptors, so I definitely think that'll be a regime change. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Me personally, I feel like, and this is just, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but Fred VanVleet, to me, just did not seem very happy in Toronto this year. Just with a lot of frustration he voiced, obviously with the referees, just kind of having some bad nights with the team, and I know he spoke on a lot of games he felt like they should have won. I wouldn't be surprised if he were to be moved, like
request a trade to get out of there.
Request a trade, try to sign somewhere else. I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's who I feel like is going to be a big part of this, off season for them. Because I feel like, if they want to be relevant, they need a bigger name. They need a big player. And
it's hard to get that though. It's hard to get those players.
Yes.
Now they got that the last time we saw that was with Kawhi Leonard, and that was because he went out of the Spurs. He went out of San Antonio. And that was just on a 1-year deal. They weren't able to extend him. So, and before they just had to build through the draft. And that's how they got Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. So I feel like the best way for these teams like this, just through the draft. So I'm like, just blow it up. And because I don't see them making moves to push the needle further. Like, I feel like at this point you'll just be a mediocre team. You may make the play-in, maybe even sneak into the playoffs, but you'll lose in the first round most likely. That's how I see this team right now. Just unless some of these players make vast improvements, like Scotty Barnes, actually turns to a franchise player. Okay, maybe so.
Yeah.
Or Pascal Siakam improves even more. Like, I don't see these guys as franchise players. They're core players. I think they can help a team, but I don't see them as franchise players. Which is why they haven't made a deep run in the playoffs ever since Kawhi left, because Kawhi is a franchise player.